I was a wet bandit. Like, so I'd wait till we were about to pay the check, and I'd be like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom before we leave. And I'm like 9. I'm gonna go to the bathroom before we leave. And so my family would be paying the check, about to walk out the door, and I would be stuffing the sinks in the bathroom full of paper towels and turning them all on full blast, and then walking out of there like Tom.
Why did you do that?
Possible. Because I wanted to be the wet bandits from Home Alone. I thought Joe Pesci was cool.
He was cool, and what you did was cool.
But even in that movie, Joe Pesci is like, "The fuck you do that for, Marv? Why do you do that?"
Did you ever indulge in the sticky bandits with the tape on the hand?
No, that one didn't catch on as much. It was messy too. Although, like, I did that thing. I remember it was the biggest, stupidest thing when I was in the 4th grade. It was this big parent-teacher conference. Kyle's in trouble. And like, oh my God, what has he done? Like, we need you to come in. I had taken Elmer's glue and put it on my hands and rubbed them together to make glue gloves. We had to have a whole parent-teacher conference. I was gonna say,
that's like
every little kid did that.
I genuinely had a teacher that was out to like get me or something. I think I disrupted class or something, and she was trying to like frame me for being like needed to be in a special ed class or something. She's like, he's just so disruptive.
Yeah,
I can't control him.
Too.
Like I remember, well, yeah, they were trying to frame you too. Same thing. I remember one day I like in the boys' bathroom, there's piss all over the toilets and everything. So I flushed it with my foot, and somebody ratted me out for like flushing a toilet with my foot. And it was a parent-teacher conference. And I remember my dad always had my back. He was like, have you been in that boys' room? I've stopped by before I came in here. There's piss everywhere. You know what I did? Flushed a toilet with my foot. And I was like, oh, yes.
Thank you, Dad.
10-year-old me needed that so bad.
I was the kid who was pissing all over the toilet in the stall because I had that. I've said it before on the show, but I had one of my first days of kindergarten, I had that thought standing in a stall pissing and just out of nowhere, just thought big boys do what they want. And I pissed all over the toilet, the walls of the stall.
You were hot off stealing like 3 lunches.
I was
I can do what I want.
I was first of all, didn't steal. I was giving them. I didn't steal lunches. Didn't have to. You don't have to steal lunches when you don't have to steal lunches when you eat 3. When your friend Tim is on a high dose of Adderall, his parents shouldn't have put him on that. They surely shouldn't. But he couldn't eat, and he'd get in trouble if he couldn't. So I would eat it. And so I just remember like the freeing feeling there, because I really had a feeling that like at 5 years old, like I'm a big boy now. Like I go to fucking school. I'm learning to read. I can pee wherever the hell I want.
I think that was the age I was peeing in the corner of my living room for no reason.
Damn, that's pretty intense.
Old enough to be like, what the fuck am I doing? And then my mom catching me be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, shit. And
holy shit. In my house, that would have been a paddling.
What did you say, you pee in the corner of the living room?
It was just some spot. I think next to the TV on the carpet, I just take a piss.
It's the same spot, just like a dog.
It was more than once, and until I got caught, and then that was when my mom. She wasn't even like mad. I think she was more just. It had to be around Taylor standing on a toilet age. I think it was like
5, 6, probably.
Yeah, I think 5 or 6. Like I was old enough to know like this.
I was housebroken.
This isn't okay. Well, so was I. I could go to the bathroom. I could piss in a toilet.
You say that.
I can imagine his dad being like, "Oh, he says that, does he? Well, yeah. the carpet cleaner rental says otherwise, bucko."
I just remember it completely wrong. I was just pissing my pants on accident.
You're just squatting there, wedding,
remembering it as like dominance.
You remember that moment in The Waterboy when Bobby Boucher, Adam Sandler brings home Vicky Valancourt, his girlfriend, to meet Mama, and he's talking about like, "I'm a man now, Mama. I can do what I want." And she's like, "Oh, are you? That's a sheet over there. Why don't you tell about your little bedtime troubles?" And his sheet is like has huge yellow piss stains on it. Oh, please, Mama. Oh, it's so.
Now, I've talked to my mom about this recently, and she was like, "Yeah, that is exactly how it happened. You were old enough to know better." Because then she brought up her coworker whose son has a problem with peeing in a drawer in the bathroom, and she's like, "Yeah, it's a big problem." And it made me think about you peeing in the living room.
I've heard of people
drawer.
pissing in drawers, and I thought it was a meme because there's that great meme on the internet. It's a picture that looks like it was taken from in 2002, and it's
Is it that kid?
they're opening a drawer that's full of urine. Like there's 3 inches of standing urine in a clearly open drawer, and the mother has just discovered it, and the child is clearly crying and squalling, and like because he's been found out to be a drawer pisser, and it's immortalized. I don't understand that. Like, do we know why people pee in drawers?
It's more common than you think. It's like the high school dream. It happens to everyone.
Really? I've never pissed in the drawer. I promise you.
Is it this one, Kyle? The kid in the Batman suit? It's just sitting next to a drawer.
That is exactly it. That is exactly it. Look at it. Zach stepped away, but when he gets back, he'll show that picture. That's exactly it. Look how blurry that motherfucker is. It's been downloaded and shared 1 billion times.
That kid a Gatorade. God,
yeah, that kid needs to hydrate.
Like?
That shit is dark.
It wasn't that dark before it
Oh yeah, probably.
You might have evaporated.
Evaporated over time.
Ugh.
So he's so embarrassed.
It distilled.
Is that what Batman does? Batman doesn't pee in drawers.
Just dressed like
what are you, the
No,
put on the Riddler costume, you sick fuck. Yeah, wear it.
Being a kid is so funny. Just the stupid shit you do all
Why would
the
he
time.
do that? Why would he do that? The only like I didn't pee myself growing up at all. Like I have no memory. Even I can remember being 4, but I don't remember ever peeing the bed other than when I was like 29. I think I had a dream where I was in the dream I had to pee, and so I'm like, oh, I'll go to the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom in the dream and like piss in a toilet, and it makes me piss my fucking bed in real life.
Yes.
And I wake up and I'm just like, I've pissed myself. I'm like, I'm gonna own this one so hard. Everyone in the house needs to know I've pissed myself.
Just flip the mattress over.
Everyone's been stricken by that. You think you're peeing in a toilet, but you're like on level 10 sleep apparently.
Yeah, it's not incontinence. I did it on purpose.
Problem. And
but
then
like
it
funny
wasn't.
pee.
Funny pee? Oh, I was gonna say that wasn't very funny at the time.
No.
Oh no, I mean, other than like my brother breaking out of my duplex and going into my landlord's duplex to use his bathroom when we were drunk one night. And he didn't go to the bathroom first. He went to my landlord was a family friend, so we knew him well. But he went to his bedroom and he just turned on the light and was just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And other than that, though, not much else.
I have a friend, this is years ago now, probably when we were both in our mid-20s, and he had a habit where he would get drunk and then like consistently go stand up in the middle of the night and go to his closet and open the closet door and just pee into the closet. And I remember it was his girlfriend, now his wife, his girlfriend would like be on guard sometimes and wake up to like the sound of like droplets. She'd be like, hey, you're asleep. And then he wouldn't snap back to.
You can't wake up a sleep pisser. He'll shit himself.
That's the risk. Yeah.
She put like rubber bands in the closet door.
I remember when she told me that, and I was like, oh man, that's crazy. That's kind of like when you dream you're peeing and then you end up pissing all over yourself in bed. And she was like, no, this has happened like 8 or 9 times. Like I can't keep stuff in the floor of that closet anymore because it's going to get piss soaked.
That's so awful. I would be so embarrassed by that. I would put like a litter box essentially in my closet.
You have to.
Yeah, my fucking all right. So we had a thunderstorm the other day, and Murphy peed under the bed. He peed under the bed on a rug that's under there, and it smelled so bad, and I couldn't find it. It reminded me of the time there was a spider in my bed, and so I start eliminating things that are in the room until I find the spider because I can't go to sleep now until the room is naked. The room was naked, and I had steamed the curtains and the walls.
Did you have a reason to believe the spider was extra troublesome?
I was in bed, and it crawled with no shirt on, and it crawled across my chest, and I flicked it so I didn't get a great look at it, but it was big, and I had to find him. I couldn't go back to sleep with him. And
I
was
befriended him.
I was on the verge of getting a hotel.
If I'm being honest.
I was on the verge of getting a hotel room that night. I had pulled my entire bed apart, and it was on the other side of the room. You can imagine, like each layer of covers and blankets and pillowcases had been stripped carefully, inspected carefully to make sure it wasn't in this fold, and then placed in a safe pile across the room. And then I poisoned everything with spray. I was gassing everything.
Stuff that you sleep on?
The pillows.
Yes, under everything, like in the crevices, because I can't find him. And I swear to God, I was putting my shit on to go to get a hotel room and he came crawling out from under this chest of drawers, like
Just coughing.
Just he looked like if you've ever seen RoboCop when the guy like crashes into all the toxic waste and his skin smelt, his eyeballs popping out. Like he came out like that, and I was like, "Yeah, hey there, buddy." And fucking ground him into nothingness, and then I went back to fucking sleep.
That's not how I work at all. I have broken Jackie's spider will at this point, right? She used to be like, Woody, there's a spider. Me being the guy who's supposed to kill bugs around the house. And I'm like, that's Henry. We're friends. That's my pet spider. And
cool.
I'm just telling her I'm not going to kill a spider. I was like, have you noticed the cockroaches? Have you noticed the stink bugs? No. Well, thank a Henry. And he's the guy preventing these things, this house from having these problems. Now, if she sees a spider, specifically a wolf spider, she knows it's worthless. Don't ask Woody. I'm not saving it. And I'm not killing it. And I don't want it killed.
That's
She's
smart.
on my team now.
A wolf
That's
spider
me
has got
too.
to be really big for me to step in and intervene.
Like, I don't have a problem with spiders because I know that they take care of the other stuff. So I've never really given a shit. And one time I was with my ex, and one got on her, and she flicked it off. And I knew we weren't going to find it, and she was just going to freak out the rest of the night. So I went to my dresser, and I'm like, oh, here it is. I'll take care of it. Anyway, I didn't have anything in my fucking hand. I just saw, I'm like, this thing is still in here, but threat averted.
More devious.
That night he
It's
killed
very
her.
smart.
Yeah,
And that night, and that's why she's my ex.
Turns out,
God rest her soul.
Turns out, not a Henry. Not a Henry at all. It was a bad one.
They don't call them Black Widows for nothing, I'll tell you.
If I see, I mean, Black Widows are very obvious. Like you can't
beautiful.
see that and then not know what it is. I'm going to kill that.
Black
But
Widows are really pretty.
Everything else, like a little house, brown recluse, but like you're really not even seeing
I
brown
don't know what those
recluse
look
that
like.
often. Brown recluse
I mean,
are very
to me-
nondescript.
Mice are the ones that I can't handle. If there's a mouse,
Oh, sorry.
I can't
yeah.
handle that.
I don't want a mouse in my house.
That almost got me to like Kyle going to a hotel because I heard it. I think it fell into my hamper one night in high school, and I kept hearing it squeal, and I just went to my friend's house because I'm like, I cannot listen to that all night.